Part 18, Surah 23, Al-Mu'minun, the Believers. Success of the Faithful. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Successful indeed are the believers, who are humble in their prayers, and who shun what is vain, and who act for the sake of purity, and who restrain their sexual passions, except in the presence of their mates or those whom their right hands possess, for such surely are not blamable. But whoever seeks to go beyond that, such are transgressors. And those who are keepers of their trust and their covenant, and those who keep a guard on their prayers, these are the heirs, who inherit paradise. Therein they will abide. And certainly we create man of an extract of clay. Then we make him a small life germ in a firm resting place. Then we make the life germ a clot. Then we make the clot a lump of flesh. Then we make in the lump of flesh bones. Then we clothe the bones with flesh. Then we cause it to grow into another creation. So blessed be Allah, the best of creators. Then after that you certainly die. Then on the day of resurrection you will surely be raised up. And indeed we have made above you 7 ways, and never are we heedless of creation. And we send down water from the cloud according to a measure. Then we cause it to settle in the earth. And we are indeed able to carry it away. Then we cause to grow thereby gardens of palm trees and grapes for you. You have therein many fruits, and of them you eat. And a tree that grows out of Mount Sinai, which produces oil and relish for the eaters. And surely there is a lesson for you in the cattle. We make you to drink of what is in their bellies, and you have in them many advantages, and of them you eat. And on them and on the ships you are born. Noah. And certainly we sent Noah to his people. So he said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Will you not guard against evil? But the chiefs of those who disbelieved from among his people said, He is nothing but a mortal like yourselves, who desires to have superiority over you. And if Allah had pleased, he could have sent down angels. We have not heard of this among our fathers of yore. He is only a madman, so bear with him for a time. He said, My Lord, help me against their calling me a liar. So we revealed to him, Make the ark under our eyes, and according to our revelation. Then, when our command comes, and water gushes forth from the valley, take into it of every kind a pair, 2, and thy people, except those among them against whom the word has gone forth, and speak not to me in respect of those who are unjust. Surely they will be drowned. Then, when thou art firmly seated, thou and those with thee in the ark, say, Praise be to Allah, who delivered us from the unjust people. And say, My Lord, cause me to land a blessed landing, and thou art the best of those who bring to land. Surely there are signs in this, and surely we are ever trying men. Then we raised after them another generation. So we sent among them a messenger from among them, saying, Serve Allah. You have no God other than him. Will you not guard against evil? prophets after Noah, and the chiefs of his people who disbelieved and called the meeting of the hereafter a lie, and whom we had given plenty to enjoy in this world's life, said, This is only a mortal like you, eating of that whereof you drink, and drinking of what you drink? And if you obey a mortal like yourselves, then surely you are the losers. Does he promise you that? When you are dead and become dust and bones, you will then be brought forth. Far, very far, is that which you are promised. There is naught but our life in this world. We die and we live, and we shall not be raised again. He is not but a man who has forged a lie against Allah, and we are not going to believe him. Believe in him. He said, My Lord, help me against their calling me a liar. He said, In a little while they will certainly be repenting. So the punishment overtook them in justice, and we made them as rubbish. So away with the unjust people. Then we raised after them other generations. No people can hasten on their doom, nor can they postpone it. Then we sent our messengers one after another. Whenever its messenger came to a people, they called him a liar. So we made them follow one another, and we made them stories. So away with the people who believe not. Then we sent Moses and his brother Aaron with our messages and a clear authority to Pharaoh and his chiefs, but they behaved haughtily, and they were an insolent people. So they said, Shall we believe in two mortals like ourselves, while their people serve us? So they rejected them, and became of those who were destroyed. And certainly we gave Moses the book, that they might go aright. And we made the son of Mary and his mother a sign, and we gave them refuge on a lofty ground, having meadows and springs. Higher values of life. O ye messengers, eat up the good things and do good. Surely I am knower of what you do. And surely this is your community, is one community, and I am your Lord, so keep your duty to me. But they became divided into sects, each party rejoicing in that which was with them. So leave them in their ignorance till a time. Think they that by the wealth and children wherewith we aid them, we are hastening to them of good things. Nay, they perceive not. Surely they who live in awe for fear of their Lord, and those who believe in the messages of their Lord, and those who associate not with their Lord, and those who give what they give while their hearts are full of fear that to their Lord they must return, these hasten to good things, and they are foremost in attaining them. And we lay not on any soul a burden except to the extent of its ability. And with us is a book which speaks the truth, and they are not wronged. Nay, their hearts are in ignorance about it. And they have besides this other deeds which they do, until when we seize those who lead easy lives among them with chastisement, lo, they cry for succor. Cry not for succor this day, surely you will not be helped by us. My messages were indeed recited to you, but you used to turn back on your heels, haughtily passing nights in talking nonsense about it. Do they not then ponder the word? Or has there come to them that which did not come to their fathers of old? Or do they not recognize their messenger, that they deny him? Or say they, there is madness in him? Nay, He has brought them the truth, and most of them hate the truth. And if the truth follow their desires, the heavens and the earth and all those who are therein would perish. Nay, they have brought them their reminder, but they turn away from their reminder. Or dost thou ask them a recompense? But the recompense of thy Lord is best, and he is the best of providers. And surely thou callest them to a right way. And surely those who believe not in the hereafter are deviating from the way. And if we show mercy to them and remove the distress they have, they would persist in their inordinacy, blindly wandering on. And already we seized them with chastisement, but they were not submissive to their Lord, nor did they humble themselves until we opened for them a door of severe chastisement. Lo, they are in despair at it. Polytheism is self-condemned, and he it is who made for you the ears and the eyes and the hearts. Little it is that you give thanks, and he it is who multiplied you in the earth, and to him you will be gathered. And he it is who gives you life and causes death, and his is the alternation of the night and the day. Do you not then understand? Nay, they say the like of what the ancients said. They said, when we die and become dust and bones, shall we then be raised up? We are indeed promised this, and so were our fathers before. This is not but stories of the old. Say, who is the earth, and whoever is therein, if you know? They will say, Allah's. Say, will you then not mind? Say, who is the Lord of the 7 heavens, and the Lord of the mighty throne of power? They will say, this is Allah's. Say, will you not then guard against evil? Say, who is it, in whose hand is the kingdom of all things, and he protects, and none is protected against him if you know? They will say, this is Allah's. Say, whence are you then deceived? Nay, we have brought them the truth, and surely they are the liars. Allah has not taken to himself a son, nor is there with him any other God. In that case, would each God have then taken away what he created, and some of them would have overpowered others? Glory be to Allah above what they describe, the knower of the unseen and the seen. So may he be exalted above what they associate with him. Regrets of the wicked. Say, my Lord, if thou show me that which they are promised, my Lord, then place me not with the unjust people. And surely we are well able to show thee what we promise them. Repel evil with that which is best. We know best what they describe. And say, my Lord, I seek refuge in thee from the evil suggestions of the devils. And I seek refuge in thee, my Lord, lest they come to me. Until when death overtakes one of them, he says, my Lord, send me back, that I may do good in that which I have left. By no means. It is but a word that he speaks, and before them is a barrier until the day they are raised. So when the trumpet is blown, there will be no ties of relationship among them that day, nor will they ask of one another. Then those whose good deeds are heavy, those are the successful, and those whose good deeds are light, those are they who have lost their souls, abiding in hell. The fire will scorch their faces, and they therein will be in severe affliction. Were not my messages recited to you, but you used to reject them? They will say, O Lord, our adversity overcame us, and we were an erring people. O Lord, take us out of it. Then if we return to evil, we shall be unjust. He will say, Begone therein, and speak not to me. Surely there was a party of my servants who said, O Lord, we believe, so forgive us and have mercy on us, and thou art the best of those who show mercy. But you ridiculed them until they made you forget remembrance of me, and you used to laugh at them. Surely I have rewarded them this day because they were patient, that they are the achievers. He will say, How many years did you tarry in the earth? They will say, We tarried a day, or part of a day, but ask those who keep account. He will say, You tarried but a little, if only you knew. Do you then think that we have created you in vain, and that you will not be returned to us? So exalted be Allah, the true King. No God is there but He, the Lord of the throne of grace. And whoever invokes besides Allah another God, he has no proof of this. His reckoning is only with his Lord. Surely the disbelievers will not be successful. And say, My Lord, forgive me and have mercy, and thou art the best of those who show mercy. Surah 24, Al-Nur, the light. Law relating to adultery. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. This is a chapter which we have revealed and made obligatory, and wherein we have revealed clear messages that you may be mindful. The adulteress and the adulterer, flog each of them with 100 stripes, and let not pity for them detain you from obedience to Allah if you believe in Allah in the last day, and let a party of believers witness their chastisement. The adulterer cannot have sexual relations with any but an adulteress or an idolatress, and the adulteress, none can have sexual relations with her but an adulterer or an idolater, and it is forbidden to believers. And those who accuse free women and bring not forth witnesses, flog them with 80 stripes and never accept their evidence, and these are the transgressors, except those who afterwards repent and act aright. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And those who accuse their wives and have no witnesses except themselves, let one of them testify 4 times, bearing Allah to witness that he is of those who speak the truth. And the 5th time, let the curse of Allah be on him, if he is of those who lie. And it shall avert the chastisement from her if she testify 4 times, bearing Allah to witness that he is of those who lie. And the 5th time, that the wrath of Allah be on her, if he is of those who speak the truth. And were it not for Allah's grace upon you and his mercy, and that Allah is oft returning to mercy, wise. Aisha's slanderers. Surely those who concocted the lie are a party from among you. Deem it not an evil to you? Nay, it is good for you, for every man of them is what he has earned of sin. And as for him among them who took upon himself the main part thereof, he shall have a grievous punishment. Why did not the believing men and the believing women, when you heard it, think well of their own people, and say, This is an evident falsehood? Why did they not bring forth witnesses of it? So as they have not brought witnesses, they are liars in the sight of Allah. And were it not for Allah's grace upon you in his mercy in this world and the hereafter, a grievous chastisement would certainly have touched you on account of the talk you indulged in, when you received it on your tongues and spoke with your mouths that of which you had no knowledge, and you deemed it a trifle, while with Allah it was serious. And why did you not, when you heard it, say, it beseems us not to talk of it? Glory be to thee. This is a great calumny. Allah admonishes you that you return not to the like of it ever again, if you are believers. And Allah makes clear to you the messages, and Allah is knowing wise. Those who love that scandal should circulate respecting those who believe. For them is a grievous chastisement in this world and the hereafter, and Allah knows while you know not. And were it not for Allah's grace on you and his mercy, and that Allah is compassionate and merciful. Slanderers of women, O you who believe, follow not the footsteps of the devil. And whoever follows the footsteps of the devil, surely he commands indecency and evil. And were it not for Allah's grace on you and his mercy, not one of you would ever have been pure. But Allah purifies whom he pleases, and Allah is hearing, knowing. And let not possessors of grace and abundance among you swear against giving to the near of kin and the poor, and those who have fled in Allah's way, and pardon and overlook. Do you not love that Allah should forgive you? And Allah is forgiving, merciful. Surely those who accuse chaste, believing women, unaware of the evil, are cursed in this world and the hereafter, and for them is a grievous chastisement. On the day when their tongues and their hands and their feet bear witness against them as to what they did. On that day, Allah will pay back to them in full the just reward, and they will know that Allah, he is the evident truth. Unclean things are for unclean ones, and unclean ones are for unclean things, and good things are for good ones, and good ones are for good things. These are free from what they say. For them is forgiveness and an honorable sustenance. Preventive measures. O you who believe, enter not houses other than your own houses, until you have asked permission and saluted their inmates. This is better for you, that you may be mindful. But if you find no one therein, enter them not until permission is given to you. And if it is said to you, go back, then go back. This is purer for you, and Allah is knower of what you do. It is no sin for you to enter uninhabited houses wherein you have your necessaries, and Allah knows what you do openly and what you hide. Say to the believing men that they lower their gaze and restrain their passions. That is pure for them. Surely Allah is aware of what they do. And say to the believing women that they lower their gaze and restrain their sexual passions, and do not display their adornment except what appears thereof, and let them wear their head coverings over their bosoms, and they should not display their adornment except to their husbands, or their fathers of their husbands, or their sons, or the sons of their husbands, or their brothers, or their brothers' sons, or their sisters' sons, or their women, or those whom their right hands possess, or guiltless male servants, or the children who know not women's nakedness, and let them not strike their feet, so that their adornment that they hide may be known. And to Allah, all, O believers, so that you may be successful. And marry those among you who are single, and those who are fit among your male slaves, and your female slaves. If they are needy, Allah will make them free from want out of his grace, and Allah is ample giving, knowing. And let those who cannot find a match keep chaste until Allah makes them free from want out of his grace. And those of your slaves who ask for a writing of freedom, give them the writing, if you know any good in them, and give them of the wealth of Allah which he has given you. And compel not your slave girls to prostitution when they desire to keep chaste, in order to seek the frail goods of this world's life. and whoever compels them, then surely after their compulsion Allah is forgiving, merciful. And certainly we have sent to you clear messages and a description of those who passed away before you, and an admonition to those who guard against evil. Manifestation of divine light. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. A likeness of his light is a pillar on which is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass. The glass is as it were brightly shining star, lit from a blessed olive tree, neither eastern nor western, the olive whereof light gives light. Though fire touch it not, light upon light, Allah guides to his light whom he pleases, and Allah sets forth parables for men, and Allah is knower of all things. It is in houses which Allah has permitted to be exalted and his name to be remembered therein to glorify him in the mornings and the evenings, men whom neither merchandise nor selling diverts them from the remembrance of Allah and the keeping up of prayer and the paying of the poor rate. They fear a day in which the hearts and the eyes will turn about, that Allah may give them the best reward for what they did, and give them more out of his grace. And Allah provides without measure from whom he pleases. Oh my God, are you serious? And those who disbelieve, their deeds are as a mirage in a desert, which the thirsty man deems to be water, until, when he comes to it, he finds it not, and he finds Allah with him, so he pays him his due. And Allah is swift at reckoning. Or like darkness in the deep sea, there covers him a wave above which is a wave, above which is a cloud, layers of darkness, one above another. When he holds out his hand, he is almost unable to see it. And to whom Allah gives not light, he has no light. Manifestation of divine power. Seest thou not that Allah is he whom do glorify all those who are in the heavens and the earth, and the birds with wings outspread? Each one knows its prayer and its glorification. And Allah is knower of what they do. And Allah's is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. And to Allah is the eventual coming. Seest thou not that Allah drives along the clouds, then gathers them together, then piles them up, so that thou seest the rain coming forth from their midst? And he sends down from the heaven clouds like mountains, wherein is hail, afflicting there with whom he pleases, and turneth it away from whom he pleases. The flash of his lightning almost takes away the sight. Allah causes the night and the day to succeed one another. Surely there is a lesson in this for those who have sight. And Allah has created every animal of water. So of them is that which crawls upon its belly, and of them it is that which walks upon 2 feet, and of them is that which walks upon 4. Allah creates what he pleases. Surely Allah is possessor of power over all things. We have indeed revealed clear messages, and Allah guides whom he pleases to the right way. And they say, we believe in Allah and in the messenger, and we obey. Then a party of them turn away after this, and they are not believers. And when they are invited to Allah and his messenger, that he may judge between them, lo, a party of them turn aside. And if the right is on their side, they hasten him in submission. Is there in their hearts a disease? Or are they in doubt or fear that Allah and his messenger will deal with them unjustly? Nay, then themselves are the wrongdoers. Establishment of the kingdom of Islam. The response of the believers when they are invited to Allah and his messenger that he may judge between them is only that they say, we hear and we obey. And these it is that are successful. And he who obeys Allah and his messenger and fears Allah and keeps his duty to him, these it is that are the achievers. And they swear by Allah with their strongest oaths that if thou command them, they would certainly go forth. Say, swear not. Reasonable obedience is desired. Surely Allah is aware of what you do. Say, obey Allah and obey the messenger. But if you turn away, he is responsible for the duty imposed on him. And you are responsible for the duty imposed on you. And if you obey him, you go aright. And the messenger's duty is only to deliver the message plainly. Allah has promised to those of you who believe and do good that he will surely make them the rulers in the earth, as he made those before them rulers, and that he will surely establish for them their religion, which he has chosen for them, and that he will surely give them security in exchange after their fear. They will serve me, not associating aught with me. And whoever is ungrateful after this, they are the transgressors. And keep up prayer, and pay the poor rate, and obey the messenger, so that mercy may be shown to you. Think not that those who disbelieve will weaken the truth in the earth, and their abode is the fire, and it is indeed an evil resort. Respect for privacy. O you who believe, let those whom your right hands possess, and those of you who have not attained to puberty, ask permission of you 3 times before morning prayer. And when you put off your clothes for the heat of noon, and after the prayer of night, these are the 3 times of privacy for you. Besides these, it is no sin for you nor for them. Some of you go around waiting upon others. Thus does Allah make clear to you the messages, and Allah is knowing, wise. And when the children among you attain to puberty, let them seek permission, as those before them sought permission. Thus does Allah make clear to you his messages, and Allah is knowing, wise. And as for women past childbearing who hope not for marriage, it is no sin for them if they put off their clothes without displaying their adornment. And if they are modest, it is better for them, and Allah is hearing, knowing. There is no blame on the blind man, nor any blame on the lame, nor blame on the sick, nor blame on yourself that you eat in your own houses, or your father's houses, or your mother's houses, or your brother's houses, or your sister's houses, or your paternal uncle's houses, or your paternal aunt's houses, or your maternal uncle's houses, or your maternal aunt's houses, or houses whereof you possess the keys, or your friends' houses. It is no sin in you that you eat together or separately. So when you enter houses, greet your people with a salutation from Allah, blessed and goodly. Thus does Allah make clear to you the messages that you may understand. Matters of state to take precedence. Only those are believers who believe in Allah and his messenger. And when they are with him on a momentous affair, they go not away until they have asked leave of him. Surely they who ask leave of thee are they who believe in Allah and his messenger. So when they ask leave of thee for some affair of theirs, give leave to whom thou wilt of them, and ask forgiveness for them from Allah. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. Make not the calling among you of the messenger as your calling one another. Allah indeed knows those who steal away from among you, concealing themselves. So let those who go against his order be aware, lest a trial afflict them, or there befall them a painful chastisement. Now surely Allah is whatever is in. Now surely Allah's is whatever is in the heavens and the earth. He knows indeed your condition, and on the day when they are returned to him, he will inform them of what they did. And Allah is knower of all things. Surah 25, Al-Furqan, the discrimination. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. A warner for all nations. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, blessed is he who sent down the discrimination upon his servant, that he might be a warner to the nations. He whose is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and who did not take to himself a son, and who has no associate in the kingdom, and who created everything, then ordained for it a measure. And they take besides him gods who create not, while they are themselves created, and they control for themselves no harm nor profit, and they control not death nor life, nor raising to life. And those who believe say, this is nothing but a lie, which he has forged, and other people have helped him at it. So indeed, they have brought an iniquity and a falsehood. And they say stories of the ancients, which he has got written. So they are read out to him morning and evening. Say, he has revealed it. Who knows the secret of the heavens and the earth? Surely he is ever forgiving, merciful. And they say, what a messenger is this? He eats food and goes about in the markets. Why has not an angel been sent down to him to be a warner with him, or a treasure given to him, or a garden from which to eat? And the evildoers say, you will follow but a man bewitched. See what parables they set forth for thee? They have gone astray, so they cannot find a way. Truth of the warning. Blessed is he who, if he please, will give thee what is better than this, gardens wherein flow rivers, and he will give thee palaces. But they deny the hour, and we have prepared a burning fire for him. Who denies the hour? When it sees them from a far-off place, they will hear its raging and roaring. And when they are cast into a narrow place thereof in chains, they will there pray for destruction. Pray not for this day for destruction once, but pray for destruction again and again. Say, is this better, or the guarding of perpetuity, which the dutiful are promised? That is a reward and a resort for them. For them therein is what they desire to abide. It is a promise to be prayed for from thy Lord. And on the day when he will gather them, and that day, and that which they serve besides Allah, he will say, was it you who led astray these my servants, or did they themselves stray from the path? They will say, glory be to thee. It was not beseeming for us that we should take for protectors others besides thee. But thou didst make them and their fathers to enjoy until they forgot the reminder, and they became a lost people. So they will give you the lie in what you say. Then you can neither ward off evil nor obtain help. And whoever among you does wrong, we shall make them taste a great chastisement. And we did not send before thee any messengers, but they surely ate food and went about in the markets. And we make some of you a trial for others. Will you bear patiently? And thy Lord is ever seeing.